judge is speaking out. The Mississippi judge is speaking out, y'all. And they saying they have enough evidence to get them arrested. Say it with me, y'all. Lock them up. Lock them up. Lock them up. Say it with me, y'all. Come on. Say it with me. Lock them up. Put it in the hashtag. Put it in the comment section. And you guys, let's give Nolan Wells some blue hearts. Let's represent for Nolan Wells. So I got this video. Shout out to Willie D. I went over to Willie D house. I'm always over his house. And I want us to look at this judge, okay? They say he's an ex-judge of Mississippi, but I'm still going to say the judge, Carlos Moore. He's talking. I think that he's putting out some good jams. I want us to listen to him. Then afterwards, I will give my commentary. I will have the phone lines up, so if you guys want to come in and chime in, feel free to do so. So without further ado, let's hear from the judge. Let's hear from the judge. Come on, Judge.
First and foremost, the results were inconclusive. He could not tell the cause of death. Dr. Mitchell could not rule out definitively foul play or external factors. So right at the very beginning, he could not rule out foul play after conducting a forensic.
The reason why he couldn't do it because it was foul play. Do you know those whiteys in Mississippi would have loved to say no foul play and move on to the next? This is what they wanted. They wanted no foul play. They don't want no issues in Mississippi. They want to be racist, but they want to be on a down low racist. They know it ain't safe to them to be open and honest racist. Don't you know how the LGBT got their flags? Well, the racists, they want to have their flags too. The Confederate flag. They want to have the racist parade. They want to be loud and proud with it, but they can't right now because there's too much at stake. They need the black vote, okay? They need to cut that black vote from the Democrats so Republicans can get it. And then in the future, when they get comfortable and they cut everything they cutting, then they can do what they want to do. So Mississippi do not want they want no foul play. And for Mississippi, they cannot rule it no foul play because it was a foul play. And I'll let you know it was a foul play because they wanted to be no foul play. They would have hurried up and did it, but they can't. So there you go. There's your answer right there.
Exam of Nolan Wells. And that's different from Sheriff Ledbetter of Jackson County, who within one day of Mr. Wells being found dead stated that no foul play was suspected. So he had done no exam, was not qualified to do an exam, and immediately came to that conclusion. So that's why everyone has been up in alarm since that time. And the family, rightfully so, got an independent autopsy. And Dr. Mitchell has stated that he still is not unable to rule out. He's still unable to rule out foul play. It could have been foul play. He could not give us a definitive cause of death at this time. He did notice a red discoloration in the soft tissue at the back of Wells' head. However, he stated that it remained unclear whether it was caused by blunt force trauma or simply natural decomposition. So it's possible that it was a result of blunt force trauma, but he could not state that to a reasonable degree of medical certainty at this time. He was able to say that there were no wounds or fractures. He didn't find any deep tissue injuries, lacerations, or bone fractures on the body. He did say that the body was severely decomposed due to the alleged time that Wells spent in the water. He could not accurately assess the skin surface for any signs of bruising or abrasions. He had some limitations that were not of his own makings that hindered him in coming to some final conclusions at this point. He was missing the neck structures. Parts of Nolan Wells' throat and neck interior were absent from the body because they were retained.
I told you that Mississippi cut his neck out. Mississippi cut his neck out and they are keeping the neck because they wanted to get more decomposed. So you don't know how he died. We don't know if they gave choke, strangulation, or what, because they're keeping it. They're going to wait for some time to pass so it can decompose like the body did, and they won't know what's what. That's what they're doing.
The state investigators for further evaluation. Without those neck structures, Dr. Mitchell could not rule out whether a neck injury was a contributing cause of death. So that's very important. We already know that he possibly could have had some blunt force trauma to the back of the head, but he could not determine if the man may have been strangled or anything because he didn't get the neck structures. The state of Mississippi decided to keep the neck structures. Why didn't they just take a specimen, a sampling of the neck, and send some of the neck structures to Dr. Mitchell to examine?
The reason why they didn't want to give y'all the neck structure because it would give evidence that Nolan Wells was strangled. How many times I got to tell y'all? They want it to be no foul play. They don't want you to know that he was killed. They're trying to cover it up. That's the whole purpose of a cover up. Y'all asking the questions like y'all don't know that Mississippi trying to cover this shit up. Hello? That's why. Man, oh man. Whew. Press 7 if you believe Mississippi is trying to cover this stuff up. Press 10 if you feel like, oh, Mississippi would never do that for a black boy. They would never try to cover up a black boy murder. They would never do that. Mississippi is so sweet and nice and lovable.
Why not invite him to Mississippi to examine the neck structures? But they're mysteriously missing. And so that's very key piece of evidence. It seems that all of the key pieces of evidence Mississippi kept back.
That is not by, that's by design. They designed it. The key evidence they gonna take. Ain't that worth the damn? I want my black boy's son back so I can examine his body because I believe he was murdered. And Mississippi say, all right, they keep on asking for this damn body. We're going to give him the body, but we're going to keep the good shit. We're going to keep that neck. We're going to keep everything that's going to give evidence that he was killed. We're going to keep that shit, and we're going to give it back after it decomposed, and they won't know what's what. Then we'll give their ass shit back, and then just give it some time, sit on it, and then all is well. By December, by Christmas, nobody will even remember who the hell is Nolan Wells. So they are using time as a weapon here. All right? They are using time as a weapon.
State had already dissected the internal organs. They did not send, I don't believe, the lungs. Dr. Mitchell said he could not observe the lungs for water intake to verify drowning. So that's very important. He also could not analyze the stomach contents. I was listening to a coroner out of Richland County in South Carolina. She was saying that normally the stomach contents are put into a container so that they can be analyzed. Dr. Mitchell should have had access to these stomach contents to see.
Oh my God, did they take his stomach? They took his stomach organs. Did y'all hear that? Press 1 if you heard he said he didn't even have the stomach to look at. Huh? Hashtag stomach. Did y'all hear that? Why couldn't he see the stomach? They took the stomach, y'all. Listen, don't let me roll that shit back.
I was listening to a coroner out of Richland County in South Carolina. She was saying that normally the stomach contents are put into a container so that they can be analyzed. Dr. Mitchell should have had access to these stomach contents to see what.
Mitchell did not have access to the stomach contents. That is major. He didn't have access to the organs because they got them. Okay? So put that in your head. He didn't have access to the stomach contents. They took Nolan Wells' stomach contents. Okay? It's awful. You know what? It's a slap in my face. Because you know I need that body. You know I need them parts because I'm coming from Mississippi and I want to investigate. This is a foul matter. But Mississippi say, listen here, ho. I'm going to give you the body, but not the important parts. You're not going to jam me up. Mississippi know what they're doing. They know all they got to do is wait on it, and time gonna pass by, and they're using time as a weapon. And as they use time as a weapon, just shutting the hell up and letting the body decompose so you won't be able to know shit. They are putting out their plants. I'm talking about Brandon Tatum, and Warren. He's part of the mega crowd. Warren and Wyatt and their whole family is pro mega, baby. Okay? Okay? Press 7 if you believe that Warren, Wyatt, and all them are pro mega. The reason why, who did they go run and do an interview with? They could have ran and do an interview with so many people. Hell, they could have did an interview with Tucker Carlson. He not mega no more. They could have did an interview with Candace. She not mega no more. You know what I mean? But they ran their ass to Brandon Tatum. Ooh, and you notice the pattern here? They always use a black face, right? They use the black assistant coach to come out here to talk. Remember that colored boy? They came out here, that Mexican looking motherfucker. Talking about, that was my voice that y'all heard. That was a Nolan voice. Bullshit. That was Nolan voice. Nolan said, give me back my motherfucking phone. Give me my phone. Right? And the Mexican dude said, nah, that wasn't him. That was me. I was arguing with my girlfriend. Bullshit. He don't even look like he like women. Right? Shit. Him in that picture of Nolan, I was second guessing. I was like, what the fuck is going on? They're a little bit too close. But maybe I'm homophobic. I was raised black, and black people were raised homophobic. Okay, that don't got shit to do with that. Okay, getting back here. I'm sorry. Sometimes I go on a rant and I don't know how to behave, y'all. Please forgive me. All right, let's go.
The stomach contents were. I mean, he could analyze them, and certain things would tell him whether or not this man died from a drowning. And he also did not have access to any original toxicology results from the state. So he was hampered in his findings. But it's very, very, very concerning about that red discoloration, and then what's the reasoning that the neck structures were held back, and so a lot of questions. I heard Attorney Crump to say
the reason why the neck is held back for the 5th time, Mississippi is telling y'all to kiss their ass. That's what that was about. It says kiss my ass. That's what they're saying. Press 1 if you agree with me. Mississippi held the neck back, held the stomach items, and all the important stuff. They're saying kiss my ass. That's exactly the message.
He's trying to find answers for the family, but he's left with more questions than answers at this time. And a lot of this is in the purview of Mississippi, the state of Mississippi. They had the body first. They got to the body first. They saw the body positioning when it was first found. So we want the Jackson County coroner, Bruce Lynn, to be very transparent and do his job. We want the chief state medical examiner, Stacey Turner, Dr. Stacey Turner. She's also a forensic pathologist, to do her job. They have been very concerning. Their actions have been very concerning to date. To me, Dr. Stacey Turner, for one, I think the past 5 black young people that have been found dead under suspicious circumstances, she has not once ruled that any of that was a result of foul play. It's always some asinine reason that pales belief.
It's always some asinine reason that pales belief. Yeah, always.
Always.
It's never suicide. I mean, it's never
suicide.
It's never we suspect
a homicide.
Foul play.
Right.
It's always we don't suspect foul play.
Right.
That's the way they get down.
You heard them.
She thinks people are committing suicide when their legs are broken. It's just not going to happen. This young man no one till today has stated that they saw Nolan Wells take a dive, take a swim, and have any sign of distress. And so Dr. Mitchell even said the investigation would need to reveal.
You know why? Nobody came forward and say, well, I seen Nolan Wells take a dive on July the 4th. Well, I was right there. We all was talking to Nolan in the ocean, in the water. You want to know why, you all? Press 4 if you want to know why. I'll tell you why. The reason why, I tell you exactly what happened. My theory, honey. Woo! Nolan, it started when he was like, give me back my phone. Give me back my motherfucking phone. I don't care what that Mexican boy came out here to say. He's a plant. He's an actor, honey. Nolan, that was Nolan voice on that video, and that's what he said. Give me back my shit, okay? And honey, him and Wyatt got to tussling. Yeah, on Wyatt's brother boat. Yeah, honey. And next thing you know, boom. Nolan done fell at his ass in that damn boat, y'all. He done fell. Next thing you know, Warren, he's like, oh shit. He go and call 911. He called the operator. Talking about the boat is sinking. The boat is sinking. Help, the boat is sinking. You hear Wyatt in the background. Get your ass up. Get up. Talking to Nolan. Tell him to get up. And Warren, he already know, uh-oh, oopsie daisy. They know they've been fucked up. So, honey, that 911 call was nothing but a show. It was nothing but a gimmick. The boat wasn't sinking. When you listen back to that 911 dispatcher, she's like, so how high is the water coming? Is it to your ankles? Is it to your what? Warren talking about some, I don't know. Bitch, how you not know how high the water going? If your ass is in the boat, you could say it's on my pinky toe. It's in my leg. It's going to my thigh. I don't know. All this bullshit, wine and shit. Bullshit, honey. And then next thing you know, as the boat is sinking, right? The boat is sinking. They drive off. They ain't wait for no damn tow. They drove off. Why you drive off so quick? When they noticed Nolan ass wasn't getting back up off that boat and he wasn't getting up, they drove the fuck off. Next thing you know, they going to their pit stops. They going to this part, that part. I done seen Fort Bayou. Somebody pulled a video up, child. It ain't nothing but a whole bunch of woods. Yeah, Fort Bayou, 15, 20 feet water deep. And you should see all them woods. I said, this is where they put the body at. They put the body there. Then they went somewhere, came back, checked on the body, dug a hole in the body. I don't know if they put the hole in the ground to put his ass there for the meantime. But honey, the shit looks spooky. Okay. And then they went to scrub that boat. They went to scrub that goddamn boat clean. And then I believe they got another boat. And they went back to that Fort Bayou on a different boat. So that's why you can't track it with the GPS. Because they thought like, damn, they're going to be looking at this boat. We need to get another boat. They got so many friends with boats. Hell, ain't none of them. And then I don't know what day they came back and put that boy in the water, his body. And then this is like, well, he drowned. Let's just say his ass drowned to be over with, And that's what I believe happened, child. I sure do. Let's go.
How Nolan Wells got into the water. Was it voluntarily? Was it involuntarily? Was it by force or was it voluntarily? But no one has ever come forth and said that he took a swim or a dive and had some distress. And so,
child, he was already dead before getting in that water. Press 7 if you believe he was already dead before getting that water. He was already dead. They put him in the water to cover up because they wanted to be like this was a drowning. They put him in the water for so long so it can, get all the stuff, all the evidence.
That's very concerning. The lack of that eyewitness testimony. You had 200, 300, 400 people out on that island for the 4th of July, and not one person has come forth to say that they saw him go under. If he had went under.
And another thing, when you die and when people unalive you, ain't it always the people that's close to you? Think about it. Look at all these homicide cases. It's always their boyfriend, their cousin, their friend, their relative, mama, daddy, son, daughter. It's always the people that's close to you. He got killed by the people that's close to him, them Wyatts and shit. You understand? Ooh, why Wyatt so damn quiet? Why he on a muzzle? Why did he lawyer up? If you're innocent, you don't need to lawyer the fuck up. You need to speak out. And then they go over there and they talk to Brandon Tatum, a pro MAGA that's anti Ben Crump, and Ben Crump is over there getting justice for Nolan Wells. You would think, okay, I want to be on my friend's team. My friend want to get justice. I want to get justice for Nolan Wells. I'm gonna go and do an interview. I wouldn't want to give an interview with MAGA because it's going to send the wrong message. Me doing an interview with Brandon Tatum. Hell, that lets me know all I need to know. And you notice the shirts they got. They talking about you know what type of shirts they got. Trust me, they making them white boys. They making them heroes. I bet you they gonna make them victims and heroes, honey, like they always do. That's what that's about. That's what that's about right there, honey. It's all going to plan.
Voluntarily taking a swim or dive, someone surely should have been able to see that and report that easily without a lawyer. They could have saved their hard-earned money if it was just a dive, a swim, and he got in a current or something that it took him under.
Come on, Carlos. Come on, man. That's all you got to do, man, is just be human. Come on, Carlos. You hear? You hear? If you just took a dive, just say that. You ain't got to lawyer up to say the man took a dive.
That's right,
you
Willie.
You ain't got to lawyer up if you ain't guilty. I get y'all some of you.
That's right, fucking Willie D is right. He right. That's my brother. Didn't they say that's my brother? He stayed in our house for 3 years. What the hell I look like lawyering up because my brother, and I'm saying he took a dive. I'm going to lawyer up when I unalive my brother. Okay? They said in the Bible, Cain and Abel, didn't brothers kill brothers in the Bible? Come on, this shit been going on since the beginning, man. Okay. If you unalive somebody, then yes, you lawyer up, you protect yourself. Then yes, you get plants and you get people that was there to come out and discredit Nolan Wells' story. And you see Warren on Brandon interview talking about Nolan was drinking alcohol. Yeah, he was drinking alcohol. Why in the fuck do we need to know that Nolan was drinking alcohol? And who in the hell was selling these kids alcohol? Who is giving them alcohol on the Devil's Island? Horn Island is not a safe place for kids. Kids should not be on no damn Horn Island. They are giving kids alcohol on Horn Island. They doing sugar boogers, drugs on Horn Island. All these damn old adults with these young students. It's too damn mixy and it's too damn dangerous. And they say, well, you can get in the Horn Island, you could just die from the water. Then why in the hell does Mississippi allow their kids to go in dangerous situations and dangerous circumstances? Okay, that whole island need to be restricted and need to be, surveillance. Because this right here, it's going to happen again and again. Our kids just going to end up missing on that fucking Horn Island. I thought y'all cared about the kids. Clearly, you don't care about this one. Come on, Willie.
I say lawyer up. Yeah, man, but if we talk about simple human reactions, my friend has gone missing. I don't know where he is. Now they're saying he's gone missing. I go back home. I take his phone. I take his keys to his car. I go back home and go to sleep. I don't call the parents. I don't call to say, I don't get back out there with the searchers and search for his body.
Oh, hell no.
I go home and go.
No, Willie. When you are a brother, you go out there and you search for your brother. That's what brothers do. Ain't that right, y'all? Press 10 if that's what's right. If you my brother and they say you're missing, why wouldn't I want to help? Especially if I was the last person that saw him. You know why? Because they knew where they buried the body. They already knew where they buried the body, honey. And they was trying to deal with it mentally, what they just did. That's why. This is
my friend. Yeah, right.
That is easy enough to report, but that has not happened. And we are way past 2 weeks now since he was confirmed dead. So other folks that need to do their job have a role to play in this investigation. You have the Mississippi Commissioner of Public Safety, Sean Tyndall. He is over the MBI and the Highway Patrol, the state troopers. He could have the MBI to come in and assist with this investigation. There's still a lot of unanswered questions. The Mississippi Attorney General is over the Public Integrity Division. There are a lot of people suspicious now of the public officials. People are suspicious of the medical examiner. They are suspicious of one judge in particular. They are suspicious of the sheriff of Jackson County. They're suspicious even of other officials in Jackson County. So at this point, some people are saying this is a great cover-up. And until Lynn Fitch's office, she's Attorney General of Mississippi, has a public integrity division, sent some investigators down there to see if there has been any kind of cover-up, obstruction of justice, tampering with evidence by elected or appointed officials. People are going to continue to sound the alarm and be very suspicious.
But Carlos, all of them are on the same team.
Thank you,
All
Willie.
of the agencies cover for the other agencies. They all cover for each other.
Yeah, y'all don't know that? And it come from the top, from Trump to the government to the social media. They are all in bed with each other, y'all. They are all in bed with each other. Okay? They wash each other's hands.
That's why you have the cover-up succeed. That's why you can't bring any of them to justice. Because once one of them does something and they get accused of something, the other agency that is tasked with investigating says, we didn't find anything. And then people just drop it and go on about their business. They cover for each other. That's why with all of these hangings, all of these drownings, they haven't brought one person to justice and said, this guy killed this guy. He the one did it. It's always, we don't suspect foul play.
So I believe it's time to turn on the light, bring the light of day to every agency that's involved with this investigation. We know with Ahmaud Arbery, they even had to investigate the prosecutor. She did some things where she was just refusing to prosecute the person or persons responsible for the death of Ahmaud Arbery, and she ended up being prosecuted herself. So don't sleep on Angel. She may not be doing anything, and she may be. You won't know until you investigate it if she's doing anything improperly.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say,
ooh, honey, when I tell you, it is so much, but I want to speak to y'all. If y'all don't mind, I want to speak to y'all, okay? I want to talk about what we just watched. Y'all, I've been asking myself, I really have, y'all. I've been asking myself, when they gonna do something, huh? When somebody gonna say something with some weight behind it, huh? When I tell you, the former Mississippi judge just walked up to the microphone and said, if he's still on that bench, he would sign arrest warrants for murder today, not next week, not after more investigating, today. My kings and queens, they cut that boy throat out of his body. They sent the rest to DC like they're supposed to be enough. And a man who's supposed to have the power to put people in handcuffs looked at what they did and what they hid and said, that is probable cause for murder. Honey, we ain't crazy, y'all. We've been new. But now we got somebody with a robe in his closet that is saying this shit out loud. And let me break this down for you, baby, because I need y'all to understand who just spoke. That's Carlos Moore, a former judge in not one, but 2 Mississippi jurisdictions, okay? 6.5 years on the bench. This man signed search warrants. He signed arrest warrants. He, presided over murder hearings. Do you hear me? He knows what probably calls smell like. And he sat there live from Atlanta and said if an investigator brought him an affidavit right now recounting the discoloration on the back of Nolan's head, recounting the missing neck structure, recounting the lungs that they kept, the stomach contents that disappeared, the toxicology they ain't saying, honey, he would sign that damn warrant for 1 or more persons for murder. Not no manslaughter, not no damn accidental death. I said murder, y'all. And when I tell you, that's not a Facebook detective. That's not somebody in the comments section. That is a man who used to look defendants in their face and say, you're under arrest. And he looked at Mississippi Little Song and danced and said, this right here, this stink. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out right now. Now, let's talk about what they did to this body. Because this is where I need y'all to get angry. Okay? Dr. Roger Mitchell, forensics pathologist, former medical examiner of Washington, D.C., president of the National Association. This man examined what Mississippi sent him. And you know what he got, y'all? He got a body with no throat. He got no neck structures. They kept all that. The state of Mississippi said, nah, we need this. Why? Why you need a dead body's throat? Huh? Why you need a dead boy throat? Huh? Why you need a neck interior? I tell y'all why. Because that neck was going to tell the story they don't want to be told. Dr. Mitchell couldn't even rule out strangulation, y'all. He couldn't even rule out a neck injury contributing to the death because they stole the evidence in the lungs and they kept them lungs too. The very thing that would tell you if Nolan Wells drowned, gone. Stomach contents, gone. The thing that's supposed to put in the container for the standard procedure, right? It ain't even there. Toxicology, nope. Honey, they sent a damn shell. They sent a shell, a shell. That's what they sent. A body they already picked clean. And then had the nerve to say, oh, the independent autopsy was inconclusive. No shit, Sherlock. No shit. You sent them a puzzle with half of the damn pieces missing, right? Honey, one of my kings in the comments said, and I'm quoting this because this hit me. You don't scoop out the throat unless you're terrified of what the body has to say on the witness stand. When I tell you that's exactly it, they weren't preserving evidence, y'all. They were silencing a witness. But let's talk about these friends, because the judge touched on it. But my kings and queens in the comments, honey, y'all caught something. One of y'all told me they didn't have breakfast the next day. Ooh, they had a meeting to coordinate the damn story. Come on now. Honey, I had to read that shit again. They didn't have breakfast. They had a strategy session. Do you hear me? While Nolan's body was somewhere in that damn water, while his mama somewhere losing her mind, they sat there eating pancakes or whatever the hell and said, okay, this is what we gonna say. Another one of y'all pointed out, and this what keeps me up, honey. They scrubbed their social media accounts. I mean, they're talking about deleted everything, every picture, every video, every memory. You know what innocent people do when their friend die? You know what they do, right? They post rest in peace. They put up pictures of themselves with the dead. They cry on camera. They don't go delete every trace unless that phone got some damn evidence, unless them pictures from that pool party is showing something. Honey, one of my queens said it. I bet they deleted their social media because they posted pictures of or videos with Nolan at that damn pool party earlier that day. Honey, that's temperament with evidence, sweetheart. That ain't no damn grief. That's cleanup. And they didn't go to the damn funeral. Did y'all catch that? They didn't even show up at the funeral, y'all. Didn't even show their face to the damn parents. The judge said he was at that funeral. He said he saw Javon and Jalen there, honey, just a weeping. But the ones who was on that damn boat, the ones who took his phone and his keys and went home to go to sleep, honey, their ghosts vanished. You tell me, if your brother, your day one, turned up dead, you would miss that funeral. Would you lawyer up before you hugged his mama? Huh? Huh? Because I know I wouldn't. Honey, I'd be too busy trying to find out who did it. Or I'd be busy praying nobody found out I was there when it happened. Okay? One or the other. Ain't no in between. And the system, y'all, all the system, honey, is it working? Working exactly how it was designed to work. Sheriff, lie better, no medical degree, probably no college degree, if we being honest. Declared no foul play in 24 hours, y'all. 24 hours, yeah. Before the body was even cold, before the family even knew anything, before any examiner, y'all. Just nah, he drowned. Ain't nothing to see here. And don't get me on that Dr. Stacy Turner, the chief state medical examiner, her ass. The judge pointed it out. The past 5 Black young people who found dead under suspicious circumstances in Mississippi, she ain't ruled one of them foul play. Not one. The legs was broken, y'all. She talking about they all sooty sighty. Yeah. The throat missing. She talking about it's a drowning. It's always some bullshit with her. Honey, always. And the governor, he out here saying no foul play. Yeah, that's what he's doing. The governor, y'all. The DA, Angel, honey, and one of y'all said angel, maybe be no angel. Angel may not be no angel. And she ain't done nothing, honey. She ain't did shit yet. And Lynn Flitch, the attorney general, honey, one of my queens done dropped a bomb in the comments. They said that Lynn Fitch was recorded saying she would sit on the front row of a lynching. Did y'all get that right? Did y'all hear that shit? Press 5 if y'all heard about that Lynn Fitch. Yeah, Lynn said that she would sit in front row of a lynching of Black people being lynched. Yes, she did. The front row. So you expect her, public integrity division, to investigate? Hell no, honey. They are the cover-up crew. Do you hear me? They're the cover-up crew. The sheriff, the medical examiner, the DA, the AG, they all on the same damn team, y'all. They cover for each other. That's why once one of them do something, the other agency tasked with investigating says, you know what? We didn't even find shit. Yeah, and people just drop it. But honey, we ain't dropping this one. I know I'm not. And the FBI, oh, the FBI, they down there. But one of my kings said something that punched me in the chest, child. The FBI is not there for Nolan. What? Yeah, honey. They said the FBI ain't there for Nolan. They are there for the judge saying she got death threats. That's what they're there for. The FBI is down in Mississippi for that judge, Judge Ashley, because Judge Ashley is saying she got death threats. I need y'all to read that again. Honey, the federal government sent agents to Mississippi to protect the judge who might be covering up a damn murder. Not to find out who killed Nolan. No. Not to investigate the missing organs. Not to look at the damn friends. They are there for the judge feelings. And another one of y'all asks, is it true that one of Nolan's friends is related to an FBI agent? Honey, I don't know, but I do know this. If that is true, that explains a whole lot. Yes, it does. That explains why the phones ain't been checked for pings near that damn island. That explains why nobody been interrogated. That explains why they haven't put those boys on lie detector. Honey, one of y'all said it. They should have checked all the phones that pinged out the water near the island from that day. Baby, that's common sense. But honey, common sense don't apply when the fix is in. Another king told me this. There was no leak. They made another trip after that call. So you telling me they didn't call the Coast Guard about a damn leak, but then went back out in a leaking boat, huh? And another one said, honey, they quickly called about water coming into the boat, but waited hours to call for help to find their friend. Priority, sweetheart. They was worried about the boat, not about Nolan, honey. The boat, that's what they cared about. And how did they know to call the Coast Guard at 11 p.m. if they didn't even know he was missing? Because they had his phone and they knew he was not coming back. Now, honey, the judge said something else. Yeah, he said at this point, with all the circumstantial evidence, the phone taken, the keys taken, the social media scrub, the funeral skip, the conflicting stories, the Coast Guard call that didn't open investigation, the red discoloration on the back of the head, the missing neck, the missing lungs, he would sign that warrant. Yes, he would, for murder. And I need y'all to understand what that means. That means a man who knows the law, who knows what holds up in court, who knows what a probable cause looks like, said, we are there. Yeah, we passed the point of maybe. We at the point of lock their ass up. Lock them up. Are y'all with me on a lock them up? Press 2 if you with me. Lock their ass up. Lock them up. But Mississippi, Mississippi is sitting on his hands. Yes, Mississippi is sitting on his hands. The current judge, quiet. The sheriff still got a job. The medical examiner still signing off. No foul play, like it's her signature move. And the friends still free, still breathing, still eating breakfast, while Nolan family, honey, then just went to a funeral. Honey, okay? So, y'all, what do we do? What do we do? We do what we've been doing, y'all. We stay on this. We don't let them bury this story like they tried to bury that boy. We keep sharing, y'all. We keep commenting. We keep tagging. And we keep making it so hot under their feet that they got no choice but to move. Because one thing I know, honey, about evil, evil loves the dark. Evil loves when you get tired. Evil loves when you say, well, nothing gonna happen. That's how they win. That's how they keep winning. My kings and queens, we built different, y'all. We don't forget. We don't forgive on the behalf of other people. And we damn sure don't let them sweep another black boy under the rug. Not this time. Not Nolan Wells. Keep that pressure on, y'all, and keep the light shining. And remember, they wouldn't be hiding this hard if there wasn't something to hide. Stay dangerous, stay loud, and honey, we got to stay the hell on their necks till we get justice. Okay? Okay, are y'all with me on that? Press 9 if you with me, honey.